Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be moving motors and hex motors. And so we're finally going to be doing that after all this setup and all this prep. We're going to finally be actually turning stuff. Get hype.
Alright, so quick setup on how to do a hex motor. Since you guys kind of know already how to set up some stuff, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Basically, you just need two of these things where you have like the motor port, which fits into like the motor port here, right? And then with an air inducing power pole as well. So as you can see, I have two. First thing you want to do is the hex motor will have a port back here, and what you want to do is you just want to put in the wait, I actually don't know which way is the right way, but I'm pretty, yeah, okay. So right there, it'll fit in. Oh wait, lol. Okay. Actually, wait, hold on, I probably should use this one. Yeah. Okay, so that fits in like that, and then you connect Anderson power poles together, as you do, and put that in to the port you want, which is port 1 for us. Remember, that's the second one. And yeah, that's essentially how you set it up. Note, you can also do encoders with this, but we're just not going to for our purposes because we're not there yet. And hex motors are essentially the same as DC motors, but you'll see that. Anyways, let's move to the coding. Alright, I also forgot to mention this, but on the phone, you want to make sure that you name it what it is. And you can see here, well, it's backwards, but it's core hex motor. And essentially what you want to do is on the phone, you just want to select core hex motor like you do with like all the other motors, like as you can see, core hex motor, and then you should be good to start coding. So anyways, David, I'll let you head up.
Let's get into this codes. So as you can see, we are back with the same program we had before, motortest.java. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to make this motor turn. So this is very easy. You have your variable declaration and you have your hardware mapping. So inside the while loop, what you want to do is you want to choose the motor you want to move. Our motor's variable is motor, very easy. So motor.set power, and then in here, you're basically what you're going to do in here is you're going to set a number from 0 to 1, and that number is going to indicate the strength of the motor's power. So number 0 would be a stop motor, no moving. 1 is full power, and then the decimals in between are fractions of power. So if I set the motor power to 1, when I run this program, my motor will spin at full power. So if I build this, and it's built successful, which means there's no syntax errors. Now I just have to run the code, which I will show you how to do in a second. I have to just load it up on the phone. So you see here, you have like on the phone you have 2 arrows. You want to press the one on the right because it's teleop.
Yes, the left one is autonomous, but since we're still on teleop, you can always just click on the right. And if you click on the wrong one, it'll just show you your autonomous codes. Don't worry, you can always click back out of that.
And then you see it's backwards, but you see motor test. It's going to be the program that you want to run is going to be the name of the program on onbot Java.
Yeah, so it's like right there.
Yeah,
that's the one you want to click on.
So then you click it, and then it'll say it on the top motor test, right above the init button. And then what you want to do is you want to double tap the init button, and then the motor will turn.
Yeah. And we'll have a video of the motor turning. Okay.
All right, so now that we've made our code and built it successfully, we're going to actually make this motor move. So first thing you just want to do is make sure this light's on, control hub's all good, and then what you want to do is you want to go onto your phone, your app, you want to press the 3 dots, and you just want to restart the robot.
It's generally just a good thing to do to make sure that there's no errors and it's doing your last build. It's pretty nice to do.
And you wait.
It takes like a few seconds.
Yeah.
Come back.
So then what you want to do is, if you remember from before, we made our program in teleop. If you zoom in here, what you can see is that each of these 2 arrows is teleop and autonomous. And if you click the one of the program you want to run, it should show up. Since we declared our program in teleop when we first created it, that is where it's going to show up on the phone. So our program was called motortest.java, so we just want to press motor test,
to select that program, and you'll see the program that you have selected up here on motor test, right above the initialization button. So then to run the code, you have to double click this button.
Initialize. Well, that's initializing it, so now it's like basically ready to run.
And then you press again and it'll actually run. You see there, the motor says.
Yeah, in a counterclockwise direction. No, wait, no, that's clockwise. Yeah.
So then if you just want to stop the program, it's easy, you just press this button again and the motor will stop moving.
Okay, so I know you guys just saw the motor move, but before we jump more into that, I want to say something really quick about the hex motor that we talked about before. So it programs just like a DC motor, very easy. If you want to have a 4-hex motor move, you literally just write the same code, but you want to declare it as a different variable. It's a motor 2, because you don't want those two variables, like these two variables, to be the same. They all have to be different. In the hardware mapping, it's also the same thing. You just use motor 2 equals. You can actually copy and paste this, except for this, you have to name it what it's named in configuration.
And we named it motor hex in configuration.
We didn't show that on video, but yeah, for us, we had motor hex, but you can do whatever you want. And then, same as the last one, you would just do motor 2, which is a variable for a hex motor, set power, and then whatever. So yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, you can set it to 1. Set it to 1. Or
yeah, just like that, and then that'll make your hex motor move. So
also with the negative power.
Okay, so another thing I just want to show you guys is you can set a motor's power to be negative, and it'll turn the other way. So if you set the power to be -1, like -0.5, it'll set the corresponding amount of power, but it'll do so in the other direction. So instead of the motor turning clockwise, it'll turn counterclockwise.
Yeah.
So very helpful. We use it all the time.
And we'll have a quick demo of it right now.
Yeah. We'll cut to that now.
All right, so now that we built the code on our computer, we're basically just gonna, we already restarted it, so we can just play it. And you can see the motors, both motors are turning, and this one's turning in the other direction now. It's actually at half power. I don't know how well you can see that on video, but I guess you just have to take my word for it. But it definitely is turning the other direction. And then we also have, oh wait, never mind, this is 1 power, but it's the other direction, so as you can see, you can use negatives to go back. And then obviously the hex core motor is also turning. And yeah, that's really it. So yeah, guys, that was turning a motor. I hope you're actually excited that you did it. It's pretty cool. Anyways, next video, I mean, I don't know if you saw in David's code, but he'd already started putting in some servo code, so we're going to be working on that. It shouldn't be too hard, considering you already know how to do motors. And yeah, I mean,
All right, yeah, it's very similar. There's just a few different things that we got to go over.
yeah, but I'm sure you guys will probably pick it up pretty quickly. Anyways,
See you guys
we'll see
then.
you.